What really happens to your prostate if you masturbate every day? It's one of those questions that men quietly wonder, but rarely say out loud. Some think frequent ejaculation might drain their energy. Others claim it keeps their system clean. But what does the science actually say? Before we get into the answers, here's a quick truth. The prostate isn't just some background organ. It's the small gland that makes most of the fluid in semen, about the size of a walnut, sitting right below your bladder. And it has a huge influence on your sexual and urinary health. Now, here's where things get interesting. A long-term study in European urology found that men who ejaculated more than 21 times per month had a noticeably lower risk of prostate cancer than men who did it less often. That finding sparked a wave of questions and some wild internet theories. One of them is the so-called prostate flushing theory. The idea is that regular ejaculation might help clear out old cells and waste materials that could otherwise build up and cause inflammation or even cancer over time. Sounds neat, but is it true or just a convenient excuse for pleasure? We'll dig into that, plus what really happens to the prostate as men age, why it tends to grow, what that means for your hormones, and how daily habits can help you protect it.by the end. You'll know whether frequent ejaculation is friend or foe, and what you can actually do to keep your prostate healthy for life. To understand what happens when men ejaculate frequently, we need to know what the prostate actually does. Think of it as the body's built-in mixing chamber for reproduction. Its main job is to produce the milky fluid that protects and nourishes sperm, helping them travel safely during ejaculation. It sits just below the bladder, wrapped around the urethra, the same tube that carries urine out of the body. Because of that position, even small changes in prostate size can affect how easily urine flows. As men hit their 40s and beyond, the prostate naturally begins to enlarge. This process is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH for short. It's not cancer, but it can make life uncomfortable, frequent trips to the bathroom at night, a weak urine stream, or that nagging feeling of never being empty. Why does this happen? Age and hormones play a big part. Over time, testosterone slowly drops while another hormone called DHT, a more potent form of testosterone, rises inside the prostate. DHT signals the gland to keep growing, even when it doesn't need to. So, when people talk about prostate health, they're really talking about keeping this tiny gland from becoming swollen, stiff, and inflamed. The better it functions, the smoother everything else in that system works, from bladder control to sexual performance. It's not just about avoiding discomfort, either. Chronic inflammation in the prostate has been linked to long-term risks, including a higher chance of abnormal cell growth. That's why scientists started wondering, if ejaculation keeps the prostate active and flushed, could it help prevent these issues from building up in the first place? Let's get to the data that made everyone sit up straight. Back in 2016, researchers published a massive, decades-long study in European urology. They followed over 30,000 men for almost 20 years, tracking their ejaculation frequency and health outcomes. The surprising result? Men who ejaculated 21 or more times a month had about a 20% lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who did it less than 7 times. That's a significant difference. But the real question is why? One theory points to what scientists call the prostate clearance effect. Think of it like changing the oil in a car. Ejaculation pushes out old seminal fluid and cells that might otherwise sit around, potentially causing inflammation or DNA damage inside the gland. By keeping the system moving, you may lower the chances of cellular buildup that could turn problematic later. Another angle involves hormones. Regular ejaculation may help regulate local testosterone and DHT activity in the prostate. While it doesn't necessarily change total hormone levels in the bloodstream, it might reduce stagnation of these potent chemicals within the gland itself. Less local hormonal stress could mean less unwanted growth. Still, it's important to be clear, this isn't magic. The study was observational, meaning it spotted patterns but didn't prove direct cause and effect. It's possible that men who ejaculated more often were also simply healthier in general, more active, less stressed, better circulation, or living more balanced lifestyles. So, while the data suggest frequent ejaculation might offer protective benefits, it doesn't replace proper medical care, diet, or exercise. Think of it as one helpful habit in a bigger picture of health, not a golden ticket. What's valuable, though, is how this research breaks stigma. It reframes sexual activity, not as something to feel guilty about, but as part of normal male physiology with potential long-term benefits. And that's where the prostate flushing theory gets its moment in the spotlight. It's intriguing, but how much of it is science and how much is wishful thinking? The idea behind the prostate flushing theory sounds simple. The more often you ejaculate, the more you help your prostate clean itself out. It's like running water through a pipe. It keeps things from sitting still too long. Supporters of this idea say that semen carries out dead cells, leftover fluids, and even potential toxins from within the gland. When ejaculation happens regularly, those materials get expelled instead of lingering and irritating prostate tissue. Over time, this might reduce inflammation and lower cancer risk. It's an appealing picture, and it does make some biological sense. The prostate produces fluid continuously, so if that fluid sits unused, small blockages or microcalcifications could form. Ejaculation clears that fluid and refills the gland with fresh secretions. That mechanical refresh may indeed help maintain a healthier environment. But here's the catch. Science hasn't confirmed that flushing is the main reason for the lowered cancer risk seen in studies. It could just as easily be linked to hormone regulation, blood flow, or even immune activity. And no research so far proves that skipping ejaculation leads directly to harmful buildup. In other words, the theory feels partly grounded and partly guessed. It's one of those concepts that makes intuitive sense, but still needs real proof. What's clear is that the prostate responds well to activity, sexual or otherwise. Ejaculation is a natural function of the body, not something to suppress out of fear or myth. Still, as men age, the equation changes. The gland itself changes structure and behavior. So, how does aging alter the way the prostate reacts to all this? After 40, the prostate starts acting differently slowly, quietly, but steadily. Hormones are the main drivers behind this shift. Testosterone levels begin to dip, while dihydrotestosterone, DHT, a stronger derivative of testosterone, tends to build up inside the gland. DHT is like fertilizer for the prostate. It keeps telling cells to grow, even when they've already got enough space. That's why many men notice symptoms creeping in with age: frequent urination, weak flow, and a bit of discomfort. The gland isn't sick, it's just swollen and less efficient. Think of it as an engine that's running rich on fuel but low on oil. Meanwhile, circulation and metabolic activity inside the prostate start to slow. The gland doesn't clear fluids or waste as effectively, and inflammation can quietly take root. Some researchers call this cellular sluggishness, where the tissue works harder to stay balanced, but gradually loses speed and resilience. Now add lifestyle into the mix. Poor diet, excess body fat, high stress, and lack of movement all raise inflammation and throw hormones further off balance. Over time, that combination amplifies prostate growth and stiffness. On the flip side, men who stay active, eat clean, and manage stress often keep their hormone levels steadier and their prostates calmer. In that sense, hormonal aging isn't an unchangeable fate. It's a reflection of daily habits. Ejaculation fits into that ecosystem as one more regulator. It may not fix aging, but it keeps the system functioning, promotes blood flow, and may help the gland stay flexible. But not every idea around prostate health is grounded in biology. Some, as we'll see next, lean more toward marketing than medicine. In recent years, a few flashy claims have popped up online about a so-called hidden prostate clog. The story usually goes like this: toxins or waste fluid build up inside the gland, and the only cure is some mysterious herbal or spring water juice formula discovered by a group of Japanese scientists. It's a neat headline, but it doesn't hold up under scientific light. There's no evidence of a literal clog forming in a healthy prostate, and no drink or supplement has been proven to clear one. These products often twist real research about inflammation or fluid retention into sales language. Here's what actually matters: Your prostate already has a natural cleaning system. Regular ejaculation, hydration, and good circulation handle the job. There's no shortcut, no magic fix, and certainly no bottled miracle. When health advice sounds too easy or too secret, that's a sign to slow down and check the sources. Evidence-based care will always beat marketing myths. So instead of chasing internet cures, it's smarter to focus on what is proven to help, daily habits that protect the prostate from within. Let's look at the 4 pillars that truly make a difference. When it comes to protecting your prostate, there's no single miracle method, but there is a reliable formula built on consistency. Think of it as 4 solid pillars holding up your long-term health. Pillar 1. Annual checkups. Men often wait until something feels wrong before seeing a doctor. That's a mistake. Regular PSA blood tests and digital rectal exams help catch issues early long before symptoms appear. Proactive care can prevent small problems from becoming serious ones. Pillar 2. Anti-inflammatory. Diet. Your prostate reflects what you eat. Diets high in red meat, dairy, and sugar can raise inflammation levels. Shifting toward colorful fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and cooked tomatoes for lycopene helps the gland stay calm and resilient. Pillar 3. Regular physical activity. Exercise improves blood flow and hormone balance, 2 critical factors for prostate function. Cardio, strength training, and even Kegel exercises support pelvic health and circulation. Movement really is medicine. Pillar 4. Proper hydration, a simple rule that gets overlooked. Drink 2 to 3 liters of water per day. Adequate hydration supports urinary function and helps flush toxins naturally, reducing pressure on the prostate. Each of these pillars works best when combined with the others. No single change will fix everything, but together, they form a sustainable defense against inflammation, enlargement, and discomfort. If you're finding this information useful, click the subscribe button and stay tuned for more fact-based health videos designed to keep you informed and in control of your body. And now, to wrap things up, let's bring it all together with a clear takeaway. So, what really happens to the prostate when men masturbate every day? Science suggests it's not dangerous. In fact, regular ejaculation might help keep the gland healthy by maintaining circulation, balance, and cellular turnover. But it's only one part of the bigger picture. True prostate health comes from awareness, prevention, and everyday care, checkups, clean eating, movement, and hydration. Don't wait for warning signs to start paying attention. Break the stigma, share this knowledge, and encourage other men to take their health seriously. And if you found this valuable, subscribe for more grounded, science-based men's health insights.